Hey guys, HamsterWheel here with a new video, and today I would like to talk a little bit more about GDKP runs and gold buying. Yeah, I know, again, but hear me out. There's a reason for it. Because yesterday I was watching a video by Metagoblin, and he talked about how crazy things are getting in terms of GDKP runs and how much gold people are just throwing at these runs, and of course how much gold is being bought. It's a very informative video. I highly advise anyone to check it out. And one of the reasons he said that gold buying and GDKP runs are getting so out of hand is simply because the audience that used to play retail Wrath Lich King and retail Vanilla and retail TBC, they have grown up. They were in their teens and now they are in their late 20s, mid 30s, and they earn more money on the hour because they have a better job. And of course, now they've all grown up, they have a wife, they have kids, so they have way less time to spend the game. And because of that, they really prefer the shortcut that is just, putting down money and getting the item that way. And that's a very good point. But I think one point is really being overlooked, and that's the reason why this video is called, is the player base less patient, and are we not patient enough for MMOs anymore? And I really think that's one point that is kind of overlooked. I'm not saying that everyone is just really missing this, but I think this is also a very important point to stress. I really feel, again, I could be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I really feel that generally speaking, the player base of Classic Wrath Lich King is just not patient enough anymore to play the game as it should be played. And I really think that now, compared to, again, retail Wrath Lich King, which was on 2008, 2010, retail Vanilla, which is 2004 to 2006, I really feel that as a general audience of the game, we've become way less patient. We're not interested in doing the grind from 1 to 60 the normal way anymore. We're not interested in joining a guild and trying to get full tier 2 in like 4 months. I really feel like because of the world we live in, where we get handed things quicker and quicker and quicker, we're also kind of, we're so used to that we want the same from the game. We don't want to, like I said, we don't want to sit in the guild and, you know, uh, sit in the guild with loot council or rolling or collect DKP points, whatever, and eventually get your full tier, your full base months and months in. You'd rather just swipe your credit card and get it the faster way. And that's really what I wanted to talk about this video. It really feels like people have become so impatient because of the world we live in, because of how fast we can pull things up. You got to realize 2004, 2005, when we're talking about retail vanilla, you know, there was no Spotify, there was no YouTube. I think YouTube started like what, mid 2005 or 2006. There was no smartphone. There wasn't internet and Wi-Fi, everything available. Things used to take a lot more time to do. And because things have become so fast, so efficient, and so quick, that we got used to it so much that now we expect the same from the game. We expect things to be fast and efficient, and we want it right then, and we want it right now. And that's why I think is another reason why people are, why people don't bother joining a regular guild and rising up the ranks, or being in favor of loot counts, or like I said, collecting DKP points. I really think people just don't have the patience to do that anymore, and it's quite evident because we had the original launch of Classic WoW, and what was very popular, spell cleave groups, that would just spam Scarlet Monastery to get to max level as fast as possible. When people leveled an alt, they didn't want to bother leveling all the way to level 60. People much rather would just pay a mage and let them boost themselves through, again, because Scarlet Monastery to just get to max level as fast as possible, because people don't have the patience to play the game anymore the way it should be played. And again, it's also prevalent now with GDKP runs. And again, it's true that the audience has grown up. We have less time to spend, but we have probably more money to spend as well. And I've been guilty of this in other topics, or if you want to call it. I mean, right now I'm 33 years old. I have a 4-month-old baby. I have a wife, and just it's life is much more busy. I have a full-time job, so I don't have the same amount of time to spend playing the game. And I'm really big on cars. I'm really big on like gaming PCs and whatnot, that stuff. And when I was much younger, I would just do all the stuff myself because again, I didn't have much money to spend. because when I was 16, 17, I remember this very vividly. I started working, I think I was 16 years old. I started working in a grocery store for $2.50 an hour. That's nothing. So, of course, if you're 15, 16, you barely have any responsibilities and you make little money, you try to do as much as you can yourself. And it's okay if things take a lot of time. But now that I'm 33 years old, and I have a well-paying job, I really start to wonder, this could take me 3 hours, could cause me a lot of headaches, or I could just look at, okay, this is takes me 3 hours to do. That means in those 3 hours I could earn X amount of money if I would just work, and I could use that money to pay someone to do it for me, which in return also means that, I don't have to deal with the headaches. If things break down, I can call up that guy who did it for me and say, hey, it's broken down. Please fix it for me. It's a lot more convenient for me. Yes, it costs more money, but again, I have more money to spend. And I think that's also the same with classic WoW now, that people just prefer to swipe the credit card. So I really feel you guys can comment in the comment section if you agree or disagree. I really feel that a lot of people don't have the patience anymore to play the game it's supposed to be played. I think right now we as a society, we live in a society, we live in a society where people just generally don't have the patience anymore to play the MMO that is World of Warcraft the way it used to be played. I really feel this. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. And that's it. Thanks all for watching, guys. Once again, I'm HamsterWheel. Hope this was a nice video. Again, it's off the cuff. I'm still on vacation. Just popped into my mind, and I wanted to share it with you guys and see what you guys think of this. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm HamsterWheel, and have a good one.